personally have not. I'm more interested in energy. I guess mostly focused on energy policy, especially in Taiwan. I haven't been done active or organizing anti-nuclear activities. I'm interested in your experiences. Anti-nuclear.
I think because we also have problems, what we would know, I don't know, the main issue that we would, there may be three issues that we would like to know. And one is that the governments, especially in the developing countries, usually sell this argument that nuclear power can actually reach to the energy needs, right? Not the current way we are going, but not coal-based, but maybe nuclear-based electricity will be better. And that is what even Iran's doing, right? So what we are trying to do, what we would like to know from you is, what is the danger of that kind of argument in terms of dual use of technology? One. The second thing is that what is the, how is it environmentally hazardous in terms of radiation?
Yeah.
What is the more dangerous from that? That's right. And what is the experience on that? Because we need some empirical evidence to argue, counter-argue. We do not want that. And the third thing is that, is it really cost-effective? In a sense, they say that nuclear technology is going to be very expensive actually, so it cannot be affordable. Like a common man might not be able to buy that electricity because it's going to be so expensive. So is there a case for that? And the final thing is that, in the sense that, what are the alternative sources which could actually counter this argument? Is solar a better answer? Is biomass a better answer? And if so, what is the technology that is needed? Is the technology to have mass-scale solar production expensive? Is it equally expensive or less expensive? So I think those are the kind of very focused experiences that we would like to know.
Any suggestion or any comment that we will explain it again?
I'm not
of course, not only to the attitude and anti-nuclear power, of course, we want to promote and we want to spread the renewable. What there's possibility, right?
In the sense that if you say renewable, then you have to compare, right?
Yeah.
The existing technology and see how affordable that is. That is actually a real concern for people. So how do you address that? Cost of it.
What does Taiwan offer in terms of renewable energy opportunities? I mean, you're equatorial, almost partially, and solar, hydro, hydrologic power, biomass,
How is in your country? Because you're from US, right? Yeah, and then you have already how many nuclear power plants already?
Don't know. 60? 65.
65.
But we haven't built any in 30 years because of public sentiment against it. So, I mean, it's very powerful. I mean, if you have a responsible government, that's a very public sentiment. Even if it's scare tactics, it's very effective. And we've never had a nuclear fatality, but we did have a meltdown in New Jersey, where it was 3 miles out. Yeah, New Jersey. And that was enough to stop permitting for 30 years.
So instead of nuclear power generation, so in the US or in the state, the renewable energy source is increasing instead of the nuclear generation?
Both are.
Both are.
Actually, there's a strong move now in the U.S. and in Europe. A lot of countries are starting to consider more nuclear as a response to reducing emissions for climate change. and I think this is a worthwhile question or topic, because there are, considering climate change, and if there is an imperative to reduce emissions, if there's an immediate imperative to reduce emissions, and we can't reduce demand fast enough. We cannot reduce demand for electricity fast enough. Is nuclear acceptable? I mean, is it because there are some folks that argue that if you want to shut off the coal power plants and give us time to develop enough renewable, let's turn off the coal power plants, turn on nuclear power plants.
Yeah, like USA, Japan, and Korea, Taiwan government, they tell people, just to.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if this is, because I know the Green Party and the Green Movement generally is no new nuclear, but I don't know. I mean, is there the necessity of choosing a priority? Is it climate change? Is it nuclear? Or is this a false question?
Yeah, because your Secretary of Energy, I think Mr. Chu, he was there in India recently, and he was arguing that it's very easy to say that we need to do this, but when it comes to pay, people are not willing to pay that extra for something which is actually more greener but more expensive. I mean, that's his argument. I don't know how. I mean, he's a cause representing a particular point of view, but he was saying that that's a real concern. So in terms of if you want to invest in future technologies like solar, there is very, very strongly, or space solar, he's saying it's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
Coal base is so cheap, so people don't want to give up that option.
对，我要说的是，我们10年前要把核市场停掉的时候，就是那个美国的在台的大会，就去警告台湾政府不能这样做，不然他们就会叫国政府做那个破解。对，在那个商会。
About 10 years ago, when Taiwan was considering shutting down construction on the fourth nuclear power plant, the U.S. government heard about it. It was AIT in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Heard about it and said, "Don't do that. Don't stop. Don't shut down production or construction on the fourth nuclear power plant. Otherwise,要不然。
其实我们有一些武器，我们要跟他们买武器啊。
Oh, otherwise, the U.S. government will not sell weapons or yeah.
So
Yeah. They'll be
stop the trade.
Okay, so our session 3 is until 4:30. Maybe we can extend a little bit, maybe 10 minutes or so. And so we want this summary or discussion. So maybe we talk about the networking in the internet, and then so so what kind of information we need and what we can share, and information and sharing. So can we summarize? And then what we can do. Yeah. Right. I think it can be connected to the Kondiao nuclear power plant also. So what we can do is from this step to share the information, and also to make even a small step, we can make the network and on the internet. So that is, I think that is what we can do. Is okay. And then so next, what kind of information we can share,
yeah.
right? What